This is the Crash Canon Podcast. I am the host, Chris, and we have yet another guest who is mogging me with his baldness because I never show mine. Who are you and what do you do?
What's going on, Chris? Thanks for having me. My name's Jim. I'm a Rugged Ivy on Twitter. I like to post fits, any new clothes I buy, and funny memes. And then I write a Substack, Cloth and Culture. So I'll get you later to plug that. So, yeah. Thanks for having me.
And we have some good comments just to start this thing off. We got Jim Pine, Moggs, Chris into Oblivion. We got Greatest Knick-Knack Success Story for those of you that follow Anthony Abate on Twitter. Let's see. Just realized, I think he's talking about Ben Stiller here. Talking about Ben Stiller being a subhuman.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thanks, Ocean. And then Stakes Are High.
Is that Zoolander? Is that Zoolander? Because I've honestly never seen Zoolander.
It is the Zoolander. I don't know if it's from 1 or 2. I just literally typed in Zoolander and then was like, okay, this is a fashion thing, so who's Jim Pine going to mog today? And I was like, it's going to be Zoolander.
I'm fake millennial. I've never seen Zoolander. I didn't know there was a second one, but you know what? They're making a third Super Troopers, and I didn't know a second one came out. So, like, dude, what? Like, we can't get anything new.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely something we'll have to cover later because I am extremely tired of remakes and, every single thing that was from our childhood becoming new again. It's like, can you guys come up with new ideas?
I know. You're lagging a little, but we'll go on. I'm hoping... Oh, but yeah. Yeah,
Oh, no, it's lagging on both ends now. Oh, no. Oh, well, it'll be good. It'll be fine. Okay, but why I brought you on here today is to discuss, obviously, modesty. No, I'm just kidding. To discuss...
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night you guys can get modesty. I won't steal all of Josh's thunder.
No, you should, but, just kidding. But I wanted to bring Jim on because Jim and I, for those that don't know, we actually text behind the scenes. We're not just, like, internet people that barely know each other, although we are that. That is true. But we both were fans of Avoiding Babylon to begin with. And Jim has also been involved with Mike Pantile a little bit and some various other internet people that I enjoy. So I think this will be a fun conversation. How did you get started on the Substack? What made you decide to do that?
So, friend of the program, Caleb, formerly known as A New Crusade, he's kind of doing his classic Americana thing now. That's his Substack. He was big on it, and I really rehauled my wardrobe over the last year. So he was telling me, kind of pushing me, and so I kind of wrote about I think my first article was my favorite things I bought, and I just mentioned all that stuff. And then I've just been going all over the place.
We have. Rest in peace, A New Crusade, and he's gone. a newer Crusade.
Yeah,
A New Crusade really hasn't had a lot of new content from what I've seen, other than his classic Americana.
Yeah, and me and him, I think, are going to get together at some point soon. It won't be on A New Crusade, but I just call him Ank, so we'll just call him Ank from now on.
Ank for short, Hank minus the H.
Yeah, it's just too much to pronounce,
Worst fall off since Latin Slavs. No joke. Pour one out for the Latin Slavs tonight, gentlemen. And I've interviewed everybody that's been on. I've interviewed everybody that's been on Latin Slavs, so there's that.
You have, yeah. Majorian, DH Pete, and John. It's a shame.
Yeah, peating, I'm still not exactly sure what that means. I know there's ice cream involved, and I'm all for the ice cream. But the idea of peating is still elusive to me.
It's basically just sugar maxing. Seriously, orange juice, ice cream, with cane sugar, Mexican Coke, fruit. I mean, it's more than that, but like, it's fun to just generalize people. So we'll just do that.
Is it so? It'd be like it wouldn't be clavicular maxing, right? It'd be pretty much the opposite of what he does.
Yeah, well, I muted the words clavicular on my Twitter because I just like don't need that. But I think he's just on drugs, getting surgery, where PD is like looks maxing the like healthy way. But what really happens is people just have too much sugar and they get fat. It's like, oh, I'm PD, so I have like 3 Mexican Cokes and like a whole pint of Haagen Dazs.
Yeah, that's easy to do. The whole well, maybe not the whole pint. What are the Ben and Cherry size ones? Is that a
They're
pint?
crazy. Yeah, I guess. Just pints like the small one, but I think Ben and Jerry's are like 1,600 calories for like one.
Well, yeah, they're very calorie heavy. Uh oh, did I lag out again on you?
You did a little, yeah.
Oh no, this is gonna be an interesting podcast, gentlemen. Just FYI. All right, I'm gonna ask Jim a question. We're gonna get into some actual details here. So, are you a TLM supremacist?
I am, yes. Yeah, really,
Yep.
just changed my life. I started going about 3 years ago. Went to like I did the Taylor Marshall challenge. Like I caught up to Taylor after the episodes came out, but went like 4 times at a diocesan, and then I told my buddy, like, well, one of my Catholic buddies, like normies, was like, dude, you got to go to the Latin Mass. So I'm like, oh, I'll meet you at this other one, the one I go to now. And we went like November of 23, and I pretty much haven't stopped going there since. Obviously other places here and there, but a nice FSSP here.
Yeah, the FSSP and the Institute of Christ the King, the ICKSP, they both generally run either a really formal 1962 or they run a even more formal pre 1955. Do you know which one your guys' does?
It's 62.
It's the
Because
62. Okay.
yeah, because I asked my pastor, like having no idea, like a year ago or whatever, and I was just like, oh, like, some places do the like pre 55 like Holy Week. Have we thought about that? And he looked at me like I was trying to like smuggle drugs. He's like, oh, we're not allowed to do that. Like, it's like,
No, no,
sorry,
no.
dude. Like,
It's actually funny you say that. I guess I should take back what I said a little bit. So, I think the way it's set up now, most of the ICKSP and the FSSP have permission to do a pre 1955 missile, except Holy Week. I think Holy Week is their one thing they're not allowed to do.
okay, I mean that's when the changes started. So
Yeah.
someone higher than my pay grade can explain to you why we're not allowed to do that, but that is interesting. But I know,
On a case by case basis, some are allowed to do it. I think
I know some
based on
just do
go
it.
ahead.
Well,
Well,
I'll just say
there's
I know
a
some just do it, right?
yeah, some of them do, and but the letter that was put out by the Archbishop of Detroit seemed to allude to the fact that they were allowed to do it. So I'm not sure if they do or not, but it seemed like they would be allowed.
Oh boy, I missed the end of that there, but yeah, we'll go
It
with that.
seems
Sure.
like It seemed like based on the letter put out by the Archbishop of Detroit that the ICKSP in the area are allowed to do the pre 1955 Holy Week.
Okay.
Said, wait, y'all get non Novus Ordo Holy Week. Poor soul in the art. Wait, does St. John Cantius not get the Holy Week for the Latin Mass? That would surprise me. I know some people out there. I'll have to ask them. I thought they did. That's interesting. All right, yeah. Let me know. I thought that St. John Cantius up there got the Latin Mass Holy Week. All right. Let me ask you this, Jim. Since you and I are both millennials, we're pretty close to the same age, although you identify as a Zoomer. Do you remember whether or not millennial attire made any sense whatsoever? Because I don't think it really ever did, to be honest with you.
So millennial what made sense?
Millennial attire, millennial style.
I mean, like, kind of like, because like, so we were born. I mean, you and I were born like mid '90s, but like, are like people saying millennial style is like 2000s, like, the goofy cargo capris and stuff that people wore and like baggy t-shirts, or like just the awful like 2010 slim fit everything millennial stuff.
This is actually true. I did dress like an emo briefly.
I was I did I used to go to emo night a lot when I was younger, and for Halloween one year I did like the eyeliner and like painted my nails black and like had like a wig, obviously. So I did the whole thing. But now people just make AI, so it's not even like cool anymore because it's real. Yeah.
Well, so during my emo era, I was also on the swim team, so there was never any eyeliner. That would never have worked.
Yeah.
There's no way. But I mean, even think about back to like what preppy life, the preppy outfits. It was more like American Eagle, like slightly high end stuff. Like nobody was
Yeah, like
wearing like
Abercrombie.
actual. Nobody was wearing actual button up shirts except for maybe like sporting events and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it was super casual.
Probably one of the most casual generations since the 70s.
Yeah, I mean the '70s are way more formal, like from a like men going to work and going out and stuff. But yeah, when you see like the Sandlot and like Dazed and Confused, like it got super casual then as well. I don't know. Is Dazed and Confused the '60s or so? I think it's early '70s. I don't
It
know.
might have been. It might have been. But I've seen some of the stuff my dad wore in the 70s, so just saying. It was very casual. I mean, he did have a suit, and it was a nice suit, but I can't tell
Yeah.
you when he wore it at all. So it existed, but it probably didn't get worn much.
Yeah, well, the wheels just came off in the '60s, obviously,
Yeah.
and that is ironically like that's a huge generation for like clothing, because that's kind of the end of the like Ivy style, which is why
Yeah.
my handle is Rugged Ivy. Like that Ivy League prep school style, with the button downs and everything. Like that was so big, and then yeah, '70s really things got slim. Not everything, but a lot of stuff got slim and just goofy. Weird hairdos, especially. Like if you're the
Well,
'70s, I would just have like a bald spot here and just like hair down to my like shoulders.
like a reverse mullet, basically.
Yeah. Like the bad guy you see in an old movie is always smoking a cigarette. Is like the cab driver, and he's like balding, but he's got like long hair.
Yeah, yeah. Wearing a hat, probably. Um,
Yeah, maybe even not. Yeah.
well, like I just watched the 2004 SpongeBob movie. All right, and the king in that movie is bald, but hair from like the crown down, essentially. Do you remember that?
Okay. So I'm like such a big SpongeBob guy. I've never seen the movie. That was like,
Really?
yeah, I know, which is crazy, but like that was kind of when I got like old because I was 10 in 2004. So like I love like 99, 2000, 2001 SpongeBob, but like 2004, like I just never seen it.
I think I went to that in the theater because I had younger nephews, and my brother was
Hmm.
younger than I was. I think we saw that one in theaters. That's a wild, weird movie. You've never seen the SpongeBob movie, not a Zoomer. Oh, man.
Doesn't even make sense. Zoomers weren't even alive in 2004.
Yeah, they were. They were like
I
between
know.
1 and 3 years old, maybe. All right. There was a place I was going. Oh. I think in our generation, women's styles were probably at their worst, like peak nastiness. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just evolved since the 60s. I mean, women wear lingerie basically to the gym. I mean, it's like a strip club. Like, it was funny. Josh put out that tweet. I went to the gym like like literally the next day, and like there are these like two Hispanic chicks working out in like pink underwear. Like, I don't know what else to call it. Like, it's crazy.
I mean,
And that's just the gym.
I was more talking about the low rise jeans. You
Oh
remember
yeah.
those?
Sorry, I
It
just
was
modesty
bad.
was on my mind. Yeah, the low rise is bad. Um,
It's probably one of the
yeah.
worst styles they ever came out with. Because like, first off, most people don't look good in low-rise jeans. Just period. Most people don't have the body type to even fit in that type of clothing. So it already looks gross to begin with, and then it's way too revealing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, because like when they advertised it, I mean, it was like the skinniest chick ever wearing it, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like women that had no business hanging out in the real world because they don't eat food.
Yeah, just do drugs and model low rise jeans because you literally can't even eat.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you eat anything at all, you're like bulging over the side. And
Like
then
people
then
like
and then they encouraged men to wear girls' skinny jeans. Do you remember
I
that?
know. Yeah, I worked at True Religion in college from like 2013 to like 2015 or so for a few years, and yeah, man, like there wasn't too much skinny, but there was a lot of slim fit.
I just don't think slim fit looks good on like I can't imagine it looks good on most men, period.
No, like if you're real skinny, you can pull it off. I still don't like it. Um,
Yeah.
but like relaxed fit, classic fit, like that's what I wear. That's what I tell people. And like you'll see even like photos of guys in the 60s, like people weren't fat in the 60s. Um, and like they still had the silhouette. They were wearing like big button downs and they were wearing
Yeah.
like double pleated chinos. Like and they look great even if they were 150 pounds.
Yeah, I guess based on what you're saying, like yeah, I think gym wear has gotten probably infinitely worse from when we were like growing up. Just because women are comfortable wearing just essentially underwear to the gym.
Yeah, and I mean that stuff's just so bad for your body too. I mean, you're just wearing like plastic just like tight on your skin.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're sweating, so it's like literally just sweat and plastic mixing and getting it's kind of absorbed into your skin. It's gross.
I know. That and I mean the whole thing. It's just
Yeah, I don't know when that type of attire became normalized at gyms, but I'm glad I don't go to gyms anymore. First off, I actually think the women that do that are kind of gross because like why do I want to see that for every single person at the gym? But on top of that, like it tempts young boys who aren't married or whatever to start looking at women who they really shouldn't be looking at.
yeah, definitely. And like it's crazy the amount of dudes I see with their girlfriends who like they're dressed like hookers and like I just can't imagine like you step away for like 15 minutes or something if you do something else like your girlfriend's dressed like that like guys are just going to come up to her. So it's just wild. Like I don't understand it.
I could see, I guess, if you had a female only gym and you're like a super sweaty person, I could maybe see that being acceptable. But even then, I'm like, so are you getting changed before you leave? You hopping in your car that way? Like, I don't know. That's not something I would wear in public, even as a dude.
No. I mean, I wear a cutoff and shorts obviously. I mean, for guys like
Oh no,
modesty.
shorts. Jim wears shorts, guys. You heard
Yeah,
it
I
here
wear shorts.
first.
I know. I know. I'm not even like that super against shorts. That's like a hot topic, but like
Yeah,
it's just like when you're wearing like the shorts and like remember the plaid shorts that were like super big like 10, 15 years ago.
I still have a pair.
Yeah, of course you do. We'll work on you. We'll work on you.
I think I just threw
But
them
yeah, like
away, actually.
we'll say you did. So you definitely did. So good job, Chris. Gym shorts is allowed. Yeah. Um, jorts are always acceptable, of course. You got a blast Last Resort by Papa Roach. Drink not a white monster, but a black monster, and wear your jorts,
Oh
dude.
no. A bunch of guys I went to high school with wore jorts to the local fair one year, and everybody thought that they were like couples with each other because it was just so strange.
Yeah, and when I was in college, like my entire like house was me and six other dudes, and like five of my buddies literally cut their jeans to have jorts. Like it's just dudes being dudes. It was awful, but it was kind of hilarious. We have this photo of them like shoveling snow in like January with the jorts on, with like boots and jorts. It's crazy. It literally looks like a 70s photo.
That's funny. The jorts thing, I didn't even know jorts were a thing until they did that. So like for me, that was the first time I ever even saw jorts, let alone knew what they were. Was like senior year of high school.
Ooh.
All right, here's my controversial take, Jim.
Okay.
Ooh, what?
No, go ahead.
The controversy?
We'll
Is that what you're saying? Ooh about? My controversial take is that not even men should go shirtless in public.
Sorry, say that again. Not even men.
Not even men should go shirtless in public.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I've been kind of thinking about it. Like, if you go to the beach, like, it is kind of tough if, like, hey, babe, like, you can't wear a bikini, but, like, I can just wear, like, shorts, you know?
Or a Speedo. I'm wearing a Speedo, babe, but you got to wear a full-on, like, dress.
Especially.
To the beach.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
I mean,
funny because, like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, obviously, like, men topless and women topless is a little different. And the, like,
It is.
I, I think part of the problem with just the modesty is, like, most modern women just, like, don't really understand how much, like, the attraction men have for their body.
Yeah, they don't recognize the power that they have over the male over the male gaze, if you want to call it that. That is like a thing. And then the other thing is, you know, obviously the bikini was a psyop by a certain organization of people that we shall not name on this podcast, in order to ruin society.
Yeah, guy has EMJ on 2 weeks ago, and then, you know, we put the gloves back on for me, so fair enough.
Yeah,
man.
What?
No, but it's like so normalized in you. Like, you wouldn't have never idea, you know, and like obviously not all bikinis and not all women's bodies are created equal. Not saying they're ever not obviously saying they're ever okay, but like, you know, you can. I'm trying to rationalize this. I probably shouldn't, but it's just, you know, like a different woman in a different bikini is going to have a different, you know, impact on your brain, obviously. So, but it's just
people are reading into what I was saying.
Yeah,
people are reading into what I was saying. Oh man. Anyway, I think that is actually accurate. I think that was where they came from. But real men wear.
No, it is. It is.
Jim. Oh my goodness. I guess I would go with this. I think there is a level of skin that is appropriate for public, and there is a level of skin that is not. And that line should be drawn by, for sure, a couple who are dating, especially before marriage.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know what you're getting into, like, for both sides. Like, girls shit test guys, like, naturally, and, like, they need to. Like, girls are supposed to be more picky. Like, they're the ones getting pregnant. Like, they're the ones who are, like, living with their husband, you know what I mean? Like, living under him. So, you know, when guys do it, people get mad. Like, you know, but both people need to know what they're signing up for.
Well, women usually test men to see if they're a provider and whether they're reliable. And actually, if you want to go back in time, it should be the father of the daughter doing that, testing the reliability and the ability for him to be a stable partner for his daughter. That's really who should be testing the men who are marrying the women, is the father.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean,
But since we have so many absentee fathers, it's just not happening.
Yeah. I'm looking at Taffy's comment, but before that rabbit hole starts, no, yeah, we just failed as fathers. I mean, this is why, like, Pantile is so big Him, Will Nolan, Tim Gordon, even Anthony and Rob from AB, like, because there's just so many like fathers who have like screwed just generations.
Yeah, like for example, I do know. Hopefully, this is okay for me to tell this story, but my own father-in-law wouldn't let his daughter go out in sweatpants at all. Like she had to wear actual clothes that were appropriate for public. Like I
That's
think that's a
basic.
good thing to do. I think that fathers should do that. I think that is based. I agree.
Yeah, and it's very important with the mother too. And obviously, the father owns the headship, but like, your daughter's going to look at, your wife, their mothers, to see how they dress and replicate that. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, my wife and I we've definitely had conversations about what attire is appropriate for what things, and we've come to an agreement on all that. But you have to have those conversations in order to actually have that agreement. Because if you don't have an agreement on what you're wearing, you're gonna end up with a serious fight about your children's attire later on.
yeah, absolutely. I know my biggest thing with modesty for me recently has just been covering my tattoos at mass.
Why are we as
So,
Catholic men not holding each other to higher standards? No, I think we should. I think we should. I think that's this makes his wife wear a job to the beach. That's not true. That's never happened. We did have the question though earlier. We'll get into the taffy comment, but I'm gonna star it so I don't lose it. We should talk about that one. And there's another one about 3-piece suits to the gym. Maybe we'll come back to that later. I don't think that's a good idea. But I do think that if your wife is dressing a certain way, you should expect your daughters to be dressing the same way. So if you and your wife don't have that conversation about what attire you agree on is appropriate, and as the male in the headship, you should be the final say on that stuff. So making sure that your wife is doing the same thing you would expect out of your daughters as far as how they dress in public is very important.
yeah, and I think like it kind of drops down to like a lot of the daddy issues that women have is like not necessarily like their relationships with their father, but how they view their father's relationship with their mother. Like when a woman sees their mother like cherished and loved, like they like envision that for their future, and they love their dad for loving their mother.
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things that I was very proud of my own daughter for, they were asking all the girls in this group at, I don't remember if it was a Bible camp or what, but um, they asked all the girls what they want to be when they grow up. And my daughter jumped right up and said, I want to be a mom. I was like, well, we're doing something right if that's what she wants out of life, because if she wants to be just like my wife, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is, and not to like steal away that from you, but like it is funny. You'll see just like normies, they'll ask like their 3-year-old, and they say the same thing. Like even like if mom works and everything, and they're just like, oh, I want to be just like mommy and be a mom. Like women are obviously programmed that way, and just propaganda takes over.
Has Anthony said the same thing about his daughter? Because this is a story I've never heard. But that is what my daughter says when they ask her, because she's been asked many, many times, and that's what she wants to do with her life. And I am a proud father to hear that, honestly.
Yeah, you should be hearing that. If you're not hearing that, you got stuff to fix.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be actually an insult to the relationship between a man and wife if their daughter said, "Yeah, I don't think I want that at all." like, what are we doing wrong that my daughter says, "Nope, I don't want that."
Yeah, just kind of an indictment on you that like she doesn't look at her mother and like view that as like happy or content.
Yeah, maybe I just watched too much AB and Anthony stories. That's
I,
totally possible, Ocean.
Anthony said similar stuff in his vein because he's talked about his in-laws like uh, I won't get into that whole story, but yeah, just like not like trying to like steer his daughter away.
Yeah, if that problem occurred, it would most likely come from my side of the family because my in laws are very based.
Mm.
I really like I get along super well with my in-laws actually, and they're very
Yep.
Catholic.
That's great. I mean, I guess it had to be like you got married. Were you 21, or is that when you started dating your wife? Like,
I started dating my wife at 21.
okay,
My wife and I got engaged. She was 21, I was 22 when we got engaged, but that was only 5 months into our relationship. And then we got married right after she graduated college because we wanted to get that out of the way before we got married, moved in together, and all that.
okay, yeah. I mean, you're like one. You're like the only millennial that got married like before like 30.
Yeah, I mean, when you know, you know. Though, I mean, God actually, I can say this for a fact. God led me to and I took him up on his offer. So
Well, you got
it's,
six
it's
kids, so I guess it worked out pretty well, right?
I would say so. Yes, I would. I think that kids are probably one of the most wonderful things you can do as a man, especially a husband. If you're not a married person, probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Why
I
is
like
Jim afraid to weigh in on black male hairstyles?
black male hairstyles. Are you saying I'm chicken, dude? Come on, come on. No, but absolutely, Ocean. Like, you need to have that Pulp Fiction, um, Samuel L. Jackson haircut. Like, dude, you would look good like that. You jump on a AB live stream where they're asking Josh Charles your theology question, and you're just looking like uh, what's Samuel L. Jackson's character in that?
I don't remember. You talking about Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, yeah. It's like my favorite movie. I should know. Oh, Jules, Jules. Yeah, we'll call you Jules, Ocean.
I just like when he gets on the plane. He said, "I've had it with these snakes on this plane," with a lot more foul language in that.
Well,
Do you remember
different
that
movie.
movie, Snakes on a Plane?
I remember when it came out, but I've never seen it.
What kind of a person makes a movie called Snakes on a Plane? Like, what was the thought process for
Dude,
that?
the 2000s just did what they did. Like,
I know.
I remember seeing Man on a Ledge when I was in high school, and I remember being a pretty good movie. I want to watch it again, but like it was just called Man on a Ledge, and it's like, well, guess what's gonna happen? At some point, he's gonna stand on a ledge on the top of a building. Like, duh.
Yeah, movies were very strange, and then there was like all the weird parodies that were clearly like not made in America slap. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, just like scary movies and
Well, those ones are American. Those ones are
okay.
American. I'm thinking of like Sharknado and do you remember Sharknado?
I remember it. I never saw it, but yeah, was that Australian? I guess.
I don't know who made that one, but it was a B whatever movie. What is going on in this chat?
Let's go. We got the party chat tonight. You guys did
Oh
not
man.
disappoint.
Oh man. Actually at one point I could have had dreads. I had like extremely thick curly hair when I was younger.
Yeah, you're doing the full Cartman thing, dude. You're literally just Cartman like 20 years later.
I I am not Cartman, thank you very much. Anyway, the boys show up for Jim. Yeah, they do. Nobody shows up for Chris. They
That I
just
do.
show up for Jim.
I mean,
Catholic
come
white
on.
man with dreads. That I've seen this. I have seen a Catholic white man with dreads once. It was the weirdest thing ever. Accurate, very, very accurate. Anyway,
Dude, I had the pomp before everybody else did in like 2013, like the pompadour, like the basically comb over, and then you just shave the sides.
you had that?
Dude, I had it for senior prom 2013, like literally before anybody else did. Like my barber was like, "Oh, this is probably gonna get popular. Like, you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then like every like band you listen to in like 2015, 2016, metal, indie, pop, rock, like whatever, like they all had that haircut
Yeah, they did.
with their
Were you
skinny
were you
jeans.
were you a My Chemical Romance fan?
Dude, yes, absolutely.
The Black Parade every time it comes on, dude. I'm like hyped, hype, hype. You know.
Yeah, that the first album or the second album, but the one before the Black Parade. Like I just have a vivid memory of just sitting on my couch. We moved in So like my parents moved, and we got like Comcast, like the box when like digital cable was like a thing, and you could like see the channels. And like I remember on Music Choice, the music video for "I'm Not Okay," and I'm like, oh, this is so sick. It was just
Speaking
it
of
was
speaking of back then, like YouTube was just like a brand new thing back in 2006 ish. You know, like everybody was getting into the cat videos and the Numa Numa guy. And then you had shoot, what was it, Charlie the Unicorn? Do you remember all that crap?
yeah, that I used it for a lot of music videos. Like there was just like bootleg music videos all over, because that was like right when LimeWire got shut down. So it's
Yeah.
like, where am I going to listen to my music? And like, I'll just watch music videos. Back when they used to mean something.
What? You are the Banana King? I might not have seen that one. I just remember like they like Charlie, and then they stole his like spleen or his kidneys or something.
I remember, I don't know if it was YouTube, but I remember Puppet Pals. That was funny.
Oh, llamas with hats. Carl, why'd you kill all those people on the speedboat? I don't know. So, that was ridiculous. Okay, I had a friend named Carl back when, and I would always do that voice like Carl.
Did you kind of
about
look like Carl Weezer, though?
Carl Weezer.
Yeah, from Jimmy Neutron. Especially if you had like the Jew fro.
No. I mean I'm
Yeah.
like too wide shouldered to be him, and I'm not fat enough.
You could be a little hunchback, get a little fat, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
usually people say I look like Seth Rogen, which is not a compliment.
Yeah, that and Cartman. I mean, you got the whole beanie, so.
So did everybody else on South Park.
Yeah, but you just feel more Cartman than the others.
Why? Because
Right?
I'm like secretly based like Cartman.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, some of those early South Park episodes are just so out of pocket.
Oh my goodness! Remember when they did the episode about how Family Guy gets made?
Yeah, yeah, with the whales.
With the, no, wasn't it manatees or something?
Oh yeah, whatever, same thing. Yeah.
Jimmy's mom. What's this question now?
Oh, it's just from it's something Carl says in Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Here's a question for you. All right, music. All right. I feel like you probably have opinions on music because you're an aesthetics guy. All right. Do you think that Catholic themes can make music that is generally used for non-Catholic things become Catholic?
Um, kind of like I've been listening to this band President, and they're like a metal band, and like I don't even really know if they're Christian, but like they have a lot of like, I mean, their first song is called "In the Name of," and it's "Oh Father" is the chorus and stuff. So and they have just a lot of stuff. They have the I forget which cross, but they use all that imagery and stuff. So like I think it can. It's a very fine line though, because it just gets really corny, you know.
Yeah, like for example, Enoch talked about this with me back when. I need to get him back on again, but
Yeah.
he talked about how certain music has like that different kind of rhythm to it that
Mhm.
really cannot be good for the soul long term if you just listen to it on nonstop. Like
Yeah.
there's like music like Gregorian chant, which always uplifts both the mind and the soul. And then there's music that has syncopation. Do you know what syncopation is?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that music almost always leads you down to the emotions and the passions. And that's generally what hip hop does. That's why Enoch said his music, you really shouldn't listen to it 24/7 because of the syncopation of the rhythms.
Yeah. I his song "The Passion" he did, like there's
Oh, that's
obviously
an
no
awesome
sync.
song.
It's so good. Like like I was a big like Lil Wayne Drake guy when I was in high school. But like I don't listen to much rap anymore, obviously. But like that, I could put that on and like feel good. But like there's no beat of that. Like it's cool because it's just what like a chant and he raps over it. And I think it's like, is it the Passion backwards or something? Or there's some like twist to it or something. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's yeah. How do you know Zach? Are they asking how you know this guy? Oh, never let. Oh, how do you know? Oh, I get it now.
Uh,
I understand the question. He said, "Never let a woman move into your house for marriage. That's a big mistake. Ask me how I know." I wonder how he knows. All right. My goodness.
yeah.
Oh man.
But no, you're right. Like I mean, like I love a lot of the like 2000s rock stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if you like listen to Lips of an Angel at a bar and you have a couple drinks, like the like syncopation of it and like the melody, man, like you kind of start like going down that like a path. Like the lyrics can be like really addicting because they can really hit like different emotions that you've had over the years, And obviously, like when you drink stuff, when you're drinking or whatever, if you're, that's gonna really, spiral down your passions.
Yeah, we don't drink Bud Light around here. We stick to the good stuff like Yingling.
Yeah, shout out PA, baby.
And also, when I have it, I'll drink some Tridentine, how do you pronounce that? Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor and his family are awesome people.
Is it good? I'm just like, all I drink really is whiskey. And yet I still love when Anthony like craps on it on Twitter. Like he did tonight. I was laughing.
I like whiskey, but I actually prefer gin and tonic. Don't tell Anthony; he'll make fun of me.
Dude, Anthony would drink gin and tonic, but
he probably would.
Dude, he loves gin. He loves like aviation martinis. Dude, he drinks way worse.
Vodka. I would drink the flavored Ciroc with Mountain Dew. It was very good.
We used to drink Ciroc in college occasionally. It'd be like a big night or whatever. Or somebody gets Ciroc. It was peach Ciroc. Yeah, we should just take shots, like chilled shots, and I don't know what we mixed it with. Probably Sprite.
Agreed. Yingling should sponsor this podcast. Anyway. No, unless Tridentine wants to. I'll take Tridentine for far less, and I'll let them sponsor the show, too. Speaking of sponsors, I should just put one up real quick. For those of you that are interested in a dating app, check out Zelly. QR code in the corner. All right. Let's see. Are you guys old enough that you had UV vodka?
It sounds familiar.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna search it. I don't even know.
All right, let's get into the good stuff now, Jim. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been sidetracking here.
Enough of the UV vodka slop.
Wife is interested in a dating app. That sounds like a bad day, gentlemen. That sounds like a bad day. Side quest maxing. That is side quest maxing. Let's say that. Jim, were you a cradle Catholic?
Yes, I was. Went to Catholic school.
Did you have a falling away story at all, or have you always been Catholic?
No, I mean I fell away probably in high school, and I really came back to the faith like post-COVID, and I started going to mass again. Like the end of 22 was my first mass in 7 or 8 years, probably less than that because I went. Parents like dragged me to Christmas, probably like 2018 or something. But I was big. I read Steve Deace's book Nefarious. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like a conservative.
I've read the book.
So yeah, like I used to be big into politics. So I was always like super right wing, and I loved listening to Steve. Read the book, and then he came out with the movie, and then that really like I think like a month after that I watched The Passion, and then like it was over, dude. Like I was back that.
We should take a sidestep and talk about Nefarious, the movie, because that movie is way better than the book.
Yeah, I mean the book is like
close.
The book is like a political book. Like it's just
I felt like it was a Protestant church maxing book.
Yeah, which is political.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, like no, I agree. Like there's not. I mean. Nefarious, the movie, it's like a whole story, but it's kind of based off the character Nefarious that's like lightly around the book.
Yeah, well, it's actually Catholic. It was produced by Catholics.
Yes, I
The
know.
Nefarious movie, and I actually think it was. I actually did a podcast on the Nefarious movie, like
Did you
3 or 4
really?
years. Yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago, actually, on my old podcast, the Krillcast. If you guys want to check it out, I even used a still from the Nefarious movie as the thumbnail for that podcast, even though I was the only one that was talking about Nefarious, because I thought it was like the best movie of that year that I watched, and I don't watch a lot of movies. But I really
Yeah,
liked the very, um, shall we say, James Martin style priests in the movie, and just how accurate it was to real life with these older priests that have those inclinations.
yeah. I really want to rewatch it now that I've like reverted and gotten like super big into Catholicism again. Because like I kind of watched that as just a fallen away Catholic, but I was still like, whoa, like it really is an unbelievable movie.
Yeah, it was one of the best. Literally, the year it came out was my favorite movie I watched. And funnily enough, my faith had already kind of returned when I watched it.
Uh huh.
I think I'd already really gone full tilt by then. Because let's see, I was falling away from about 2007 8 time frame to about 2013 2014 time frame, and then I was more radicalized in like 2020. Like that was when I was like, because I was taking my faith seriously, but I wasn't like any more than a Sunday mass and prayers during the week kind of guy. Now I'm like radically Catholic. After like during COVID, I got radicalized for the most part, I would say.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to mass, and I was pissed off that like people couldn't go to mass.
Okay,
Like
so
that
that's
was
where you were
really,
at.
yeah, that's where I was at, and it was like slow. Like it was that was like a rough year in general.
So wait, you kind of got radicalized by these various things, and you didn't have a mass you could attend. So what did you like? How did you end up coming back to mass then?
Well, I did in 22. Like I just
22.
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I just started to think about it, and like I'm just kind of one of those people where like I think and observe things for a while, and then when it clicks, I'm like full go. Like we're doing everything like right away. Like we're maxing right away. But like I can be like slow into things and like very like okay. And like going to mass, like it's such a big thing coming back. Like oh, like I don't have anyone to go with, you know.
Oh yeah,
So it's like
that's a huge part of it.
nobody wants to go back the first time by themselves.
Of course, because I mean, really, church is a communal thing. If you're
Yeah,
going by yourself, you have nobody else other than if you
yeah.
meet people there, right? I mean, but apparently, if you go talk to a woman at mass and you're a single guy, they are what is it, abhorred? What was the word she used?
Oh, she was
That Anna
yeah,
girl or whatever. I am something. I forget what she
or
said,
she
but it
said
went completely
humiliated or
viral.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that was honestly all time. I kind of just like stuff like that. I just think is so funny. Like seeing like incels kind of crashing out over stuff like that is honestly hilarious to me.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. UV vodka is still sold. It's also gross. Okay, so if anybody wanted to know, UV vodka is still a thing, and it is gross. Um, Table of Plenty. Actually, that's like one of the few songs. If that comes on at a Novus Ordo mass, I just don't sing. I just actually will not sing that song. Anthony and Rob ruined it for me. No, I didn't like it before that actually, but
Was that the song Amp posted? He posted the video, Rob's video, and I think they were singing that, and Rob was just so
no, they were
mad.
singing on Eagle's Wings, weren't they?
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's what it
No, no,
was.
no,
Okay.
no. Taffy did
Oh, them singing, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Anthony singing is hilarious
I know
because
because
you can
it's
tell he's not actually singing it. It's just like an AI generated version of him
and it's
singing.
like so monotone, but like you can hear like little bits of his voice. It's
Yeah.
hysterical.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they ruined that song for me, but I also didn't like it to begin with. There's another one. Oh, what is it? This is the city of God. Where we're building the city of God. I can't stand that one. And I've even had priests talk to me about how like just how catechetically that song is just wrong.
Yeah, I haven't. Luckily, I just haven't been to Novus Ordo in a while. I went on Ascension Thursday, but it was like I went to like the seven. Like I got up. I go into work at like 7:30, or I start at 7:30. So I went to like 7 o'clock mass and worked from home. And it was like basically like a low mass, which was like actually kind of nice, honestly. I hate the like it's nice to get in and get out, but like it feels pretty good to get in and get out. Plus, like 99% of the country doesn't even have to go to mass on Ascension Thursday, but the Archdiocese of Philly still has it going strong.
Well, good for them, because I think we should all go on Ascension.
I
But I
agree.
think a lot of the archdiocese and dioceses of the United States will move the Ascension to Sunday,
They do
even though it
like
should be on like a Thursday.
yeah, and it's like super weak. Like this year especially, like coming up. Oh, bad Catholic. What Saturday is Marian Feast Day, right?
Which there's a Saturday that's a Marian feast day. Which one are
This
you talking?
this Saturday is a
Oh,
feast
this
day.
Saturday. This Saturday is a Marian feast day. Is
Yeah.
it? Oh shoot, which one is it? I should know this. My Latin Mass missal's right over there. I should know this, but I might have to go get it. Assumption,
It's the Assumption, yeah.
the 15th. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So like
Lord
that
of the
does
Dance.
Lord of the Dance.
That song should be banned. Period. I did hear "Mary, Did You Know?" I've never heard it at a Catholic mass ever in my life. Although, did you know that in the Novus Ordo, the psalm before the I'm sorry, not the psalm, the lines that they say during the Alleluia should be coded to the liturgical season and the day of the year. And most of the music ministers in the United States that I know of will just sing the same thing every week. And I'm like, what's the point of having a missal if you don't use it? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. And like back to my point though, like so like the Assumption's on a Saturday, so you don't have to go Saturday, right? Just celebrate
Right.
it Sunday. Nobody does the Ascension except like it's like Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts, and then like one diocese somewhere else or something, or like the only diocese. And then I don't know if it was Christmas or like there's another holiday. So it was like I think there's only maybe you have to go Christmas, but I think there's two because I think Christmas is Friday. But anyway, like there's like two feast days the entire year this year. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of them fell on a weekend, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, if it's a Saturday or Sunday, obviously there's no holy day, and
Catholic
that's
all school masses are borderline blasphemous in their songs. Not my kid's school. I can tell you that much. They've got or at least they have had over the past however many years they've been in Catholic school, a very based, very traditional music director. So that has not
that's
been an issue at my kid's school.
that's good because it's kind of surprising. Did you guys do like the snap, like the Hallelujah with the snaps when you were a kid?
I didn't go to Catholic school.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't even be like one
heathen,
of those guys
Chris.
like I went to Catholic school. No, I went to
You
I
can't
went to
even do the
public school.
meme, dude. You can't even
I
do the
know
meme.
I can't do the meme. I had one of the most lukewarm catechisms of all time.
So did I, and I went to Catholic school, dude.
I mean, we did look. Nothing. I'm not holding anything against the people that were doing the teaching of the catechism, because my parents should have been doing more. Let's be honest. My parents should have been catechizing me better.
Yeah.
But we did like a unit during catechism every single year on the Good Samaritan, which was like, what's the point of doing that every single year? Like, are we
Yeah.
trying to say that, like, I don't know, non-Catholics are good people or something? Like, what is the point of the Good Samaritan every single year? I don't understand. But whatever.
I always like the prodigal son. I like love that story, and I felt like I always kind of used it as like, oh, like I can just like fall away and come back.
Right, right, yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, because like
It,
on its face, that's kind of what the story's about. Like, oh, when you come back, like it's all cool, you know?
you know what? I might have to do this. I might have to start singing Table of Plenty when it comes on, but I'll sing it in the nasally, horrible voice that Anthony sings it in. No, that's probably blasphemous to like purposely sing bad at a Catholic mass. I probably shouldn't do that. probably should not do that. Yeah, never mind.
We'll get Taffy in the lab.
All right, let me see. Let's real men. Okay, is this even a thing, or are people just being trolls? Do people work out in suits?
No. No.
Okay, good. I thought so. All right. How about Taffy asking who? Not Taffy. Pat. Asking Jim who the most stylish Cath content creator is and why is it War on Beauty?
Honestly, some of her like outfits I feel like are goofy, but I also don't really. I'm not as a. I don't view her stuff as much as this Paskiest guy does. But no, I'm gonna have to go with. As much as I want to say myself, I'm just gonna say myself and say I'm the most stylish Catholic content creator.
I was gonna be humble and say someone else and change my mind mid speech. Yeah. You're like SpongeBob from the SpongeBob movie. At the very end, he got snubbed by Krabs, Mr. Krabs. That Squidward got the manager job, right? And the whole movie, Krabs is in a bind, and SpongeBob gets him out of that bind. I'm not gonna spoil it in case you watch it, Jim.
Yeah.
But at the end, SpongeBob says, "Wait, I don't know." And before he can finish this sentence, Squidward jumps in and goes, "Did you realize that what you were looking for was really inside the whole time?" Like this heartfelt, like more like, not based, but like, the message is about the friendship and the internal struggle thing. And then SpongeBob goes, "No, Squidward, I'm trying to tell you your fly is down. Of course I'm taking the manager job. Of course." And then like the whole thing is him just going nuts, like taking the manager job. And I like burst out laughing because I forgot that was how that movie ended, and my kids were watching it with me. Oh my goodness, I was reliving childhood with that movie. It was funny.
Yeah, I just wanted to have my Anthony Abate moment tonight, so I figured I'd just full vanity max on that answer.
Full vanity max. Oh my goodness. Yeah, public school is torture. Agreed. Chris needs Majorian method. What's Majorian method?
He just wants you to get like huge, just ripped.
I'm just kidding. I can lift a decent chunk of change, but nothing crazy. I'm not. I can't lift the 30 shekels myself, but I try. All right. Now I'm feuding with both Ryan and Jim. Tappy disavowed Jim for this. Jim just signed his own death warrant. Lawyer duel when? Hold up. Who's having a lawyer duel and who and when and why?
Ryan and Taffy.
Oh my goodness, that'd be hilarious. All right, let's see here. Best kids movie is Cars. I do like Cars. Have you seen Cars?
No, I remember when it came out. And I remember playing the video game, but I never saw the movie. Because that's like kind of when I like I was like 11 or 12 probably when it came out, and like I kind of like grew up a lot quicker than like other people. Not to sound too vain, but
he matured at a young age.
Yeah, but I kind of did. Like I would watch. I would watch like the Terminator when I was like 5. Like I would just watch whatever movies my dad watched. He pretty much just let me watch them.
Cars 2. Sorry guys, he likes the Mater spy movie, where Mater's basically James Bond, except like the Get Smart version of James Bond. Let's see here. Ryan doesn't litigate. He sits around pretending to read contracts while just investigating Catholic numbers.
He just got charts and graphs all over his screens.
He's like Charlie from It's Always Sunny. He's got like a room in his house, like, it's crazy back here, Oh my goodness. Oh man. All right. Back to the important stuff, Jim. All right. So you had a bit of a falling away. Came back during COVID. Saw the Nefarious movie.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the public exorcists online? Do you think that that's a base thing to discuss, or do you think that it leads people to being interested in the occult?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like when you put it like that, like because people will just make the argument that exorcists should be private. Who doesn't love consuming like Father Ripperger's content, or anybody like that who's done it? But like, as far as the occult stuff, like I don't really think anybody's like using him like to get in there. Like there's just so much evil like occult stuff women are getting into that like Father Rippinger is just not like, I don't even think it's putting like any factor whatsoever.
Yeah, I find it. I think it's more susceptible for women with this type of content because I think the emotional appeal of
Yeah.
like the occult. I don't know why the occult is so emotionally appealing to women, but there's a reason why there was always the thought process of witches and not wizards. The only real wizard you hear about from medieval folklore is like
Harry Potter.
literally, well, Merlin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to say Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Bloody hell. Anyway, women are evil. No,
Yeah,
women
put
are
that on the screen.
susceptible to evil. I'll put it on screen. I ain't got no fear.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that well, Gandalf. Actually, it's funny. Have you ever heard of an author, Michael O'Brien?
I don't think so.
So he wrote a lot of. Actually, I think Anthony's listened to some of his books on audiobook or maybe read them. But he's got a book called Father Elijah,
Oh
and
yeah, I've
it's
heard of
like
this. I
yes.
think it's
So
like
he
Tim Gordon's. Is it Tim Gordon's like favorite book, or maybe Anthony
it
likes it?
might be. I think Tim Gordon was inspired by Michael O'Brien to write books and stuff. Anyway, long story short, he's got a book called A Landscape Filled with Dragons and another one called Harry Potter and the Paganization of Culture, which both books are very good, but Harry
Hmm.
Potter and the Paganization of Culture is so much better. So much better. And he actually justifies why Gandalf is good and Harry Potter is bad. I can give you the short version of it. It's essentially that Harry Potter lives in the gray, and Harry Potter's kind of the ends justify the means. That's the biggest problem with Harry Potter. But on top of it,
Okay.
the Harry Potter magic is not condemned, and they actually have a satanic mass in the middle of one of the Harry Potter books. It's very subtle, and you won't catch it unless you're like looking for it.
Hmm.
Most kids won't ever notice that it's there.
Yeah.
But on a different note, Gandalf is good because he's a conduit for the good magic to flow through him. The good magic would be the miraculous, that is the workings of God. Gandalf doesn't summon or possess magic. He's a conduit for the miraculous that is God. So
It's pretty good.
it's a very different version of magic. Whereas Saruman, he uses magic for evil and nefarious purposes, and he
Mhm.
summons it himself. It almost condemns the occult
Yeah.
and promotes the good that is Gandalf. And yeah, hail Iluvatar. Anyway,
Yeah, I think like I rewatched. I was super into Harry Potter when I was younger, right? Like, because when you and me were growing up, like it was like the perfect time to be into like that because it started as a kids movie and it literally got more adulty as like we grew up.
yep.
But I like stopped watching them and then like rewatched all of them. I don't know in the spring, and like there definitely are some like Christianity themes like within Harry Potter for sure. Like, but at the same time, like you're saying, like those are good arguments against it, obviously.
And there are just
But
better things. They're just better books.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Like,
there's that.
uh, like for example, Sword and Serpent trilogy by Taylor Marshall. Those are very good books. Actually, I think they kind of grow with the kid like the Harry Potter books do, where as you read them, both the depth and the age of maturity to read goes up throughout the books. So if you start with the first one, you read the second one, read the third one, and there's an additional book called Nikolaus. It's about Saint Nicholas and
Hmm.
Mira, and it actually discusses his bilocation, which is something I didn't know was a one of the powers of Saint Nicholas. But that's really cool. And after I researched it, I was like, oh man, Taylor Marshall is based for bringing this to my attention. But the St. George trilogy is awesome, and I think my kids will probably end up reading it when they get old enough to read that type of book.
Yeah,
And they
because
don't need to
like
read Harry Potter. We've got Tolkien, we got Taylor Marshall, we even have a book by Kennedy Hall that's kind of like a Screw Tape Letters Catholic edition.
that's what Nefarious is based off of is the screw tape letters. If you didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Kennedy Hall's book is called. They've actually got two different titles. The original title was Family Be Damned. The reworked title was called Lockdown with the Devil.
Yeah, that one's better.
Do you think that one's better?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
basically a family during COVID, and it kind of
Uh,
mirrors a lot of people's reaction to COVID, finding a more radical Catholic faith. Honestly,
I mean, that happened to how many people? Like the Latin Mass took off literally after COVID. So
yeah, I really do like C.S. Lewis. What do you think of C.S. Lewis? He's not Catholic, but he's basically Catholic.
yeah, I've never like read anything C.S. Lewis, but like I've heard great things about him, and like people believe he would have converted if he lived longer. I think. I don't know how true that is, but I may have just made it up. But you know,
One of the largest or biggest regrets Tolkien had after C.S. Lewis died was that he couldn't get
uh,
his friend to convert. Because I believe C.S. Lewis died first, and then Tolkien
yeah,
died second.
yeah, because I know the trads love Tolkien because he would say the Latin
Yeah.
responses at the Novus Ordo,
Well,
which is
at that
pretty
point,
base.
it is based, but the question is, was he doing it out of stubbornness or was he doing it out of devotion to the Latin Mass?
Yeah.
Because my grandmother's reaction to Vatican II was to stop going to Mass for 3 years.
Oh wow.
She did eventually go back, but it took a while.
Yeah.
Um, Tolkien died while out. His wife died before him. Oh, a while out. Okay. Yeah, we basically adopted C.S. Lewis. Accurate.
Dude, Ocean is just the encyclopedia. So anytime you need something fact checked, like you just say it and he's got you in the chat.
Yeah, Ocean's probably gonna become like one of my favorite live chatters here in the future. Okay, so Jim, back to attire and aesthetics and all that. When you read a book, how important is it to you that the imagery is on point? Because I've noticed recently that books that fail to paint a captivating picture are books I'm not going to read.
Really, because like I just don't really read any like fiction, like at all. Like I really need to get back into reading again, but like I'll just read like theology books or like history books and stuff. You know, mostly at this point it's like Catholic stuff, but yeah, so like I don't really need to be like captivated from an image in that standpoint. Like I'll watch movies for that.
I'm writing a book about Magellan. You interested in that?
Sure, right?
Yeah. The real reason Chris hates Harry Potter, the
The outfits.
outfits.
Yeah, the drip, the aesthetics. Actually, a lot of the aesthetics is like 60s like Ivy prep, which is hilarious, which is like obviously like New England air style, so you know that kind of came over from London. So
Yes,
some of the
not just
uniforms, yeah,
like Ferdinand, actually Ferdinand Magellan, not like him, actually
like
Ferdinand
Franz
Magellan.
Ferdinand.
No,
You know,
no, sir.
I didn't realize the song "Take Me Out" by Franz Ferdinand is like actually about the assassination.
You didn't know that?
No, because it's like it's. I thought it was just like a love song
Oh my goodness.
because I just didn't know the right lyrics when I was younger. So like I just assumed it was kind of like a you know love song, but it's a good song though.
Assumption, kids. Magellan is a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. Look, Justin Bieber is not even cool to most of Gen Z. Like they just don't think he's cool. So, let's see. What's your circumnavigating the globe fit? Whatever
Me,
Magellan was wearing, that'll be mine.
dude, you need a nice Oxford cloth button down, Chris, and just get some nice chinos. If you're a dude and you just do that, you pretty much can't dress better than that.
I have my own tailor that I go and see. Thank you very much. You'll never see me not dripping at the mass. Okay, I'm just
Oh
saying.
wow. I might have to send me your mass pick, and then me and Ank are going to critique it.
So, so you're saying I gotta post a mass fit to get critique done? Oh
You don't even
no.
have to post it; you just have to send it to me, and we will critique it.
No, I'm gonna post it. I'll post mass fit next time.
That'll be funny. Yeah.
It'll be a picture. It'll be a mirror selfie, mass fit. There you go. Just like all the e-girls. All right. Let's see. Ank, come back, do it. Is he gone? Gone? I thought he was still doing Classic Americana. You guys need to look up Classic Americana and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop pretending like Caleb disappeared from the internet. He still exists, and I've helped him with quite a few thumbnails. So go check him out. All right. Imaginative beauty can only really be caught up in words. I do agree. You know, okay, let me ask you this since we're on aesthetics. A restaurant. Should a restaurant have TVs everywhere?
I mean, if it's a sports bar, yes, but like, it's dressing's the same way, right? Like there's a time and a place. Like you wouldn't wear a suit to the gym. So, depends where you're going. I mean, there's a lot of I feel like most places get it right. Like I've been to places that don't have TVs. And it's a nicer place, obviously. But they usually have it at the bar, right? Even in a nice
Yeah,
place.
usually they do. I just
Yeah.
can't stand the amount of noise pollution there is. Like just there has to be places where you can find true silence.
Don't go out to eat, I guess.
Well, not. I mean, like in general, like when I go anywhere, it's like there's always noise
Oh.
everywhere you go. You could be at the cemetery and some jerk with a giant set of speakers in his car blasts by going boom, 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 boom. Like some horrible hip hop music that just takes you right out of the mode of praying for the dead.
All we do is consume. Like everybody has to have their AirPods in all the time, like listening to something, consuming something. That's what I'm really trying to like get away from. I go for a lot of walks. I like to stay active, get my steps. So like, even if I go for like a 40-minute walk, it's nice to just listen to nothing. And like sometimes I'll bring like a decade rosary and pray a little, but I find it tough praying while I walk. Like I'm so observant, so my mind, I just see stuff and I'm like already thinking about different things, and I have a little ADD like that.
Yeah, that's fair. This is a good point, though. I think all of us should
Yeah.
try to find more places for adoration. And actually, if adoration is done well, you can pretty much, like, if there's an adoration chapel somewhere near you, it doesn't matter if it's a trad parish or not. The Eucharist is the Eucharist. If it's up for adoration, you should try and go there and sit with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't go, so it's quiet.
Very quiet, yeah. And if you can't sit with yourself with, like, just silence, bring a prayer book with you or something related to the Bible, and that would be acceptable.
Yeah, just read the Bible. And if you're a dude, like you should just be reading the books of wisdom. Like seriously. Those in the gospels. Like there's so much great wisdom in those 7 books.
I do like what is it?
Dude,
Sirach.
I was just
Sirach.
gonna say, imagine being a Protestant and not having Sirach, dude.
One of my favorite verses, like actually justifies staying fit. It's like there are no earthly pleasures or riches above the health of the body. That's an actual verse from Sirach. Justifies people getting in shape and doing things healthy for their body.
Yeah, I love. I think it's chapter 2. It's early on, but it talks about. I would just butcher the line, but it basically just says like no fire, no diamond. Basically, like if you want something, you have to work for it, and like it's tough. Like, I mean, the whole book is incredible, and all those books are.
Absolutely. I think I read the Dewey Reams. What version of the Bible did you end up reading?
So I haven't finished the Bible yet. I get in like phases, but the Dewey Reams, I bought one because I was always listening to Taylor, and Dewey Reams, Dewey Reams. I'm just not that smart, Chris. I'm not as smart as you. It's tough to read.
It is.
So
I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's a tough one to read.
Yeah, so I just get what the RSV Catholic edition.
You should go on Baronius and get yourself a copy of the Ronald Knox translation. It's like a $50 leather-bound Bible. It might be more now. I don't know. When I bought it, it was like $50. And,
Everything's more now,
it's a
dude.
more modern English translation, and even though it's Taylor Marshall says Knox isn't as good as Dewey Reams, it's still based on the Latin Vulgate and the Latin Vulgate solo. So
Okay.
it's probably one of the best modern translations you can get.
Yeah, I got to get through it. You know how it is. Like Genesis is awesome and Exodus is pretty good, and then like the rest of the Torah is just tough, dude.
See, I followed the Taylor Marshall reading plan a year, like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe longer now. Within the last 5 to 10 years, he had a video where, when I think it was around the year that the Father Mike Schmitz first came out with his Bible in a Year podcast,
Yeah, I have it print.
and
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he provided a PDF straight from the New St. Thomas Institute. I downloaded that and I followed that lesson plan all the way through.
Yeah, I have that downloaded in my computer here somewhere.
I folded it
Yeah,
up, put it in my Bible, and I crossed off every single day as I was going through it.
good for you, dude. Did you miss days? I have to like go back or
No, I didn't miss a single
no?
day. I made it. I finished on New Year's Eve. Started on January 1st, finished on New Year's Eve. I made a plan
Yeah,
and I stuck with it.
good for you.
It was tough. I was also doing Imitation of Christ at the same time. And there was something else. I was doing like 3 things. And so every night I did the Bible first. Then I read a section of the Imitation of Christ. And I was doing Liturgy of the Hours. That's what I did. I added Liturgy of the Hours to the mix. And holy cow, I was prayed out. I kind of burned myself out on all that prayer because it was just too much at once for somebody who had never done Liturgy of the Hours at the time. And now I do Liturgy of the Hours at least 1 or 2 of the prayers daily at minimum. And when I can, I fit the other ones in as well. But the Bible in a Year, that one was tough. Because you have to set aside a minimum of like 15 to 20 minutes per day. Minimum.
Yeah,
Some of the
man.
sections were a half hour.
Wow. Yeah, good for you, dude. Like that's a lot.
It was,
I
but if you
like.
commit to it, you can do it.
I hate the people who like. Have you read the Bible? It's like I did Bible in a year, and it's like if you didn't read it, you didn't do it.
I mean, there is an aspect to the Bible in a Year that's good though. Father Mike
Oh, for sure.
Schmitz,
But I'm just saying, like that's the appetizer. Like that gets you in,
yeah,
right?
but he explains it. That what I
Yeah.
like about Father Mike Schmidt's Bible in a Year is he reads it relatively quickly, and then he spends a good 10 to 15 minutes explaining it every day, so that people have the context, the theology, and all the background information about what they just listened to. And that I think is good. I actually think it would be good to read the Bible on your own and then to follow it up with the Bible in a Year. Because anything you didn't understand the first time around, the second time around, okay, you already read it. You already read the words. Now you're getting a priest's explanation and context.
Yeah. You could buy a Bible study Bible too.
Yeah, I hear they got a good one down at the St. Paul Center done by Scott Hahn and other very cool people. In fact, I
Yeah.
saw it in person. That thing is massive.
Yeah, it's huge. I know some people were upset it wasn't trad enough about a certain question.
Oh no. Which question was that?
The JQ, baby. What other
Oh
question?
boy. Oh boy. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
I don't remember exactly the full thing, but I think
The
somebody
jumpsuit
told me that.
question, whether or not you can ever wear a jumpsuit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm surprised I didn't get demonetized interviewing Dr. E. Michael Jones, but he wants to come back on, so I'm reading another one of his books. We'll try again, see if we can get
That
myself demonetized.
that interview was really good for anyone who didn't watch it. I didn't watch it live, obviously, but I was watching it on a walk as I was talking to you. How I'm trying to not listen to things while I go for a walk, but I actually was, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." 'Cause
Well,
I've heard
when you
him.
actually read somebody's literature before you interview them, you can usually have a better interview.
Imagine that, right?
I know, right? Like, although shout out to Rob. Rob told me which book to buy and which book to get which parts of it to read before I interviewed him. So shout out to Rob for that one.
Aren't his books like 700 pages?
The one Logos Rising, or Logos, however you pronounce that word, because he pronounced it differently than I do. But that book is like 780 pages or something. And then the one I'm reading now is Walking with a Bible and a Gun. That's another good book. And it talks about how the Freemasons, the founding fathers, I've been calling them the Freemasons lately. They're the founding fathers, and one of the things they read, and we talked about it in the interview, was Paradise Lost. And they actually quote that in some of the founding documents for America. So it's a super interesting book. It's not something that I've conceptually thought about a lot before reading it. And I think more people should read Dr. Ian Michael Jones' books, even the ones that don't involve the Israelites.
The fun stuff, yeah.
Because his other books are almost more interesting because he's already kind of done the one to death, and now he's expanding out beyond some of the stuff that he's started with. But the reason he's deplatformed is because of the ADL and the SPLC and all the people involved with those organizations. So I understand his issues. I love Milton's meter is impeccable. Well, just because you like Milton and how he writes does not mean he's a good person. He kind of humanizes Satan. And I think anybody who humanizes Satan is somebody you should avoid. Don't you agree? I mean, really, if somebody is humanizing Satan, they almost make him to be a what would be the right word? Sympathetic figure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, Ocean's claiming he didn't. I don't know, because it depends on how you read it. Like, college-age students and professors try to make Satan the good guy. It's almost like an apologetic for Satan the way college classes work him these days. But I will agree that Paradise Lost probably doesn't do what the liberal professors want it to do. Does that make sense?
I haven't read either, but yeah. But I did. You guys did talk about it on the interview, which was cool.
Yeah. All right. To attempt to humanize him makes it sound like yeah, exactly. I like redemption stories, but Satan doesn't have one.
Yeah,
all right,
that's like
so
the whole.
What books did you read, Jim? What are your books?
What books, dude? I haven't read like anything in a while. Like I was really thinking about this the other day, and I was not ready to talk about this on on Crash Cannon for sure.
I'm debating on starting a book club. Should I do it?
Oh yeah, I mean maybe. We'll see if you can get me to read.
I'm thinking like one book a month is max. I don't think you can do. I think most book clubs try too much too fast, and you can't take people who aren't reading and build a book club that reads weekly. It's just not possible.
No, yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're just gonna lose people anyway. Like everybody, it's like signing up for the gym, right? Like everybody signs up for the gym, they sign up for the book club, they go like the first time, and then they go back to like, watching sports and drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I've done multiple. Okay, let me ask you this then. What about board games? Do you like board games?
I love Monopoly. Is that Catholic? Is that Catholic enough?
I don't know. It's capitalist. I'm
Yeah,
not sure. Leo the 13th and all that.
Yeah, it's usury. Making people pay for the rent when they land on the spot.
I never. Maybe this is a good sidestep here. Usury. The idea of banks loaning money never occurred to me as usury, at least not in like the traditional sense, until I realized usury means you're making money with no skin in the game. Like, you're not investing in something and expecting to make money off their accomplishments. You are lending money and expecting them to pay you back no matter what.
Yeah.
That is such a different concept. It never, like, that finally, like, stuck with me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I understand usury now. Usury is basically making money off someone no matter what and charging interest for that.
Yeah, and it's like there's no way around it. Like our whole system is just built on debt.
It is.
I mean, obviously, like 40 trillion national debt, but like, how many people just have a ton of credit card debt and they just will never pay it. They don't want to. They don't care. And that just
well, that's how the medical system is built on all that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you get old. As soon as you get old and you start accruing debt from medical bills, those people aren't gonna pay it off. Like,
no.
And they're not gonna. The problem, what's gonna happen is either it's gonna get wiped out when they die, which is such a bad system, or it's gonna pass on to family members who also can't afford it.
Yeah.
Insurance is a scam.
Yeah,
One of the
insurance
biggest
is like
scams.
the biggest scam in the world is insurance. Like you need insurance for everything, and all it does is make things cost you more.
And not only that, but insurance and welfare through the government has killed charity, like real true charity.
Yeah, like I hate big charity. Like straight up, will not donate to like a big charity. Most of them, maybe all of them, are just scams. I mean, people are making like hundreds of $1,000s running charities. Like, what?
Or nonprofits too. I mean,
That
look at
too.
some of the pro life groups and what they're paying
Oh
their
yeah, big
CEOs. I mean, it's
baby,
kind of
dude.
crazy. That's
Big baby.
crazy.
Yeah, they. I mean, even before Roe v. Wade, like they didn't want Roe v. Wade overturned
Right.
because they were just making so much money, just grifting basically. It's sad.
Oh, here you go. So, is there a non-usurious rate of interest? No, all interest on a loan is usury. All of it. Period. End of story. The difference is, let's say I have a bowling business and I convince my friend to help me put on an extra building of alleys, like basically double the number of alleys. They are now invested in the business at a 50-50 take, and they will make profit based on the success of the business. That is how you get around usury with a loan, is you don't do loans. You just have people also have skin in the game.
Yeah, so you're just buying equity rather than selling debt, right?
Exactly. Yep. All selling of debt is essentially usury. It's just some
Yeah.
of it's far worse than others. Like, for example, a credit card with a 35% interest rate. KFC. um, that's just insane. Like, I can't believe they got a 35% interest rate. That is the worst credit card I've ever heard of.
Which one is this?
You didn't hear about this? It was in the podcast with EMJ.
No, I didn't
He
get that
basi-
far.
He said that the Knights of Columbus issued a
Wow.
35% interest credit card.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Well, fortunately, I've never paid a cent of interest on it on a credit card.
Well,
But
me either. Like, because I just don't let
yeah,
it ever hit that, you know.
I know,
But
but like most people do. Like I pissed through most of my money at times in my life, but I didn't. But I always paid my credit card off. You know, I just didn't have anything left after. It's
next episode, Jim's on Caleb Hammer. No, I'm just kidding.
dude. Caleb would want to kiss me, dude. He would love me. But I don't own a
The
house, though.
only
Yeah.
the only debt I have ever had in my life was a few college loans and my house. That's it. That's the only loans I've ever taken out in my name.
I went for a car, so car payment, student loans, and I don't own a house yet. So hopefully, at some point, I really missed like the 2020, 2021, like 3% interest rates when you could have still got in before everything went super crazy. And now it's just like I'm just gonna invest in the stock market. This is not financial advice, but I'm just gonna invest in the stock market, and then when I get married and have a kid, and then we have to buy a house.
I recommend that you buy the largest house you can afford at the time you can afford it, because it seems like every single time people
Yeah.
buy a house like way under what they can afford, they regret it.
I feel like everybody buys more than what they can afford.
Yeah, I didn't make that. I didn't make that mistake. We'll say that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm just saying, like that's how we had the '08 crisis with all the McMansions in the 2000s, and
that was because of usury. The banks were
yeah,
issuing loans that they knew people could not afford, and then
yeah,
they were collecting on those loans. That was literally the
I know.
financial crisis was caused by usury.
And then they were packaging them up and selling them to Wall Street.
Yeah, no, BlackRock financial loans, like all of them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, I don't think a corporation should ever be in the business of just buying houses.
Yeah. There is.
Okay.
It is funny though. Like there is good. There's pros and cons to pretty much anything, right?
There
But, like,
is, yeah.
Like if you have a big company that owns your house, like something happens, like if you're renting, let's say, like something happens, they got a whole crew of contractors. They come in right away, fix it, whatever. Like it gets done. You got a landlord sometimes, and like they take their time, like so there is, but then obviously you'd rather most likely rent from like a, Joe Schmo who's got a couple, rental properties or whatever. But it is fun. It's not all. Everyone loves to like shit on big corporations and stuff, and rightfully so. But there are definitely pros to all that stuff, like the efficiency, the way they run it. The peace of mind is what you're paying for.
I don't hate Milton. There you go. All right. I don't hate anybody really. I think hating is one of the things we're commanded not to do, so I don't do it. But all right, next question for you. How did you ever find out about Avoiding Babylon? What led you to watching their show?
So when I reverted, I knew I was always a big YouTube guy. So I found Taylor because Taylor was like the big Catholic, especially
he's still the biggest besides Bishop Barron. I think he has the largest YouTube channel for Catholics.
Yeah, I think he had 300,000 when I found him, and that was big back then. But I was a member of NSTI for a few months. I got most of the certificates. I should have hung them up on the wall. That would have been funny. But
I'll let Taylor know he has a fan on the podcast today.
Yeah, but anyway, so I would just search YouTube for some of Taylor's stuff, and I found Taylor on this little dinky podcast. They had a couple thousand subscribers, Avoiding Babylon or whatever. So I just started watching, and then I was this guy from Long Island's kind of funny because I'm from the Northeast, so he has that Northeast humor and urgency. And so I just started, you get the recommendations on YouTube, so I just started watching it. And then I remember I really started watching live, and then a month later, Anthony's reading, there's something on the YouTube that, the back end you can see of your most loyal viewers, and he read my name with a few other people, and I was just man, I just started watching this show 3 months ago regularly.
Yeah,
so
it's
funny.
funny you say that. The first time I encountered Avoiding Babylon, I had more subscribers than they did with my other channel.
Oh wow! Now they just destroy you.
Yeah, they mogged me hard. I've got I'm getting closer to 2,000 without having uploaded any content to that channel in years. But at the time that I found them, they had less subscribers than I did.
Wow. Yeah. Well, the best I remember, Anthony had they had 10K, and that was a cool thing. And then they had Shamoon on. And they got 20K subs in 2 weeks. And I just remember telling Ann, I'm like 2/3 of your subs are just fake. And he's just I know, but we're celebrating anyway. And then he had 50, and then he had some other clips. So I just bust his balls about it. Yeah, now he's got over 100,000.
They crossed 100,000, yeah. They got the silver play button in the back of their set now. I'm a little jealous of that one. That's pretty cool.
I know, good for them.
Chris was looking out for the little guy. That's funny.
Yeah.
I have shared their podcast with multiple of my real life friends, actually.
Yeah, it's cool. I've one of the things with Avoiding Babylon, while they're popular, it's the meme where it's Avoiding Babylon is really just about the friends we met on the way. Anthony had all you guys the Zoomers on and tried to prop you guys up, and now most of you guys are just dead on the internet, not doing any content, but he tried.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he had Cavazos on for a while. He had Coffin on for a little bit when he was going there. And he's had mainstays, obviously Taylor's on every once in a while, but Josh Charles, Hitchborn, those guys are as regular as it gets there.
I'm glad you mentioned Hitchborn. I got to get him back on again.
Yeah, Hitchborn's awesome. I just love how he can just not black pill by just doing what he does. So credit to him. But now Anthony's doing the encyclical series. He's always changing it up. And now he's got new friends. Now he's talking to American Reform, and he's talking to Alex Poe, who I really like. And just all these different people, he's seeing the waves in Catholic content. He's just so aware of what's going on. If you talk to him, and he'd be like, dude, if I had $3 million, we would be doing this. I would be doing this. I got an idea for this. He was born to broadcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No doubt. Anthony was born for. He's got a face for radio and a voice for Sirius XM. No.
Oh yeah, get on the gold mic like Rush, you know. Uh,
Uh,
yeah, but like him and Rob just work so well. Obviously, like totally different personalities. Like it's hysterical. I'm like, they get generally mad at each other. Like, yeah, will say some stuff sometimes about Rob, like just like, oh, he pisses me off, and like, but like it's whatever. Like they don't care. Like
that's what dudes
they're like
ribbing
a.
on each other do.
I know, like they're just a married couple though. It's hysterical. Like they're just like whatever. Like nothing's gonna change. But yeah, that's what bros do. Um,
Hitchborn was what sold Avoiding Babylon to me. Like the one
did
that
he?
really sold that podcast to me was when they were talking about young Earth creationist stuff and Hitchborn's theories and everything else. I was like, so actually, what's even funnier about that is my buddy was looking for basically what Hitchborn was talking about.
Mm,
Found, and he was a hardcore Protestant at the time. He's still technically a Protestant. We won't talk about that. But he found that podcast. He's like, I think you would like this. And he sent it to me. A Protestant sent me Avoiding Babylon to listen to. And I was like, well,
that's
I've heard these
hysterical.
guys before. I just hadn't like subscribed yet or listened to them consistently. And then after the
Yeah.
Hitchborn episode about young Earth creationism, I was a consistent subscriber at that time.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, just locals. Like, if you watch
Yeah.
AB, like, and Anthony will tell you, like, you two can be up and down, but man, the locals is just cool. Like, it's just dudes hanging out. Like, it's tough, and like that's why you and me are friends, and like each of us are friends with people in this space because like it's tough to meet people in real life who like actually
Yeah.
think and talk like this.
Yeah. The oh no, just saw a comment get zapped. Which one? Let's see.
Fake news.
I don't see anything that got zapped. I just saw a comment get zapped. I wonder what comment that would have been. I have a giveaway trad minivans. That's hilarious. Ocean Room. No, you didn't, Haley. Moderator. No, you didn't. That's right, guys. No, you didn't. Haley's got it. All right. Actually, one of the funniest things, I think it was Taffy. He's like, I had posted a picture on my wife and I's like 9th anniversary or something of my wife, and he goes, "Wait, Haley's not your wife?" And I was like, "No, Haley's my moderator. She's not my wife." I think it was Taffy. Sorry, Taffy. Not don't mean to call you
I
out.
honestly thought the same thing when I first started watching your show.
That's funny. Yeah, Black Chris. Black
Black Chris.
Chris. What's that from?
Everybody
Wait,
hates Chris.
did they post? Please tell me that you did not post the fake black family picture you made for me on Locals. Because if you did, I got to go find that. I got to see what Anthony's reaction to that was. Because that would be hilarious. Oh no. All right. I will pay to be Locals at interest eventually. Okay. Oh, no. I wasn't talking about that one. Okay. Nope. That should never see the light of day. Um, Taffy knows more about me than most people do on the internet. Let's put it that way. Um, let's see what else we want to talk about here. Yeah. Locals is the family we made along the way. It's like the bar talk for like everybody else.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize just how many Catholic media personalities watch Avoiding Babylon.
Oh yeah. Like they know. Like and Anthony talks about it like, and now they can't like ignore him because he's got 110 subs. Like now they have to bite their tongue and like, what's he listening? Because like Catholic content is like kind of dead, right? Like the traditional style. Like Alex Poe's doing very well. His stuff's interesting. It's kind of a like new twist on an old flavor, I would say. Him and TLM Ryan too. We'll shout out Ryan, friend of the show.
Yes, I like I
Um,
like Ryan. Him and I text back and forth every once in a while.
yeah. Well, where were we going with this? I just
Just the fact
sidetracked
that
it.
Avoiding Babylon is
Oh
almost
yeah,
like
they.
a central hub
Oh yeah, everyone
for
wants to know what does Anthony got cooking because Anthony's the content guy. He's got the YouTube show, and then he always has stuff planned for locals. So people want to know, and people want to know the drama because Ant does not shy away from the drama.
He also provides unfiltered advice for people who do and don't want it.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
He has given me plenty of unasked for advice that I have taken both with and without a grain of salt.
I mean, you couldn't ask for any better. If Anthony is giving you an opinion, you probably should just shut up and listen.
He's had a few heart to hearts with me in both the Twitter DMs and also crashing out about me on locals more than once.
Yeah, that was hysterical the one time.
I mean, he went hard at me one time. I don't remember if it was over my
was
suggesting.
Uh,
No, wasn't this? Well, maybe he did on the Sarah stock. I might have missed that one. No, he crashed out hard on me about me trying to coordinate a podcast where him and a certain religious hippie would discuss a situation going on.
oh yeah, okay.
Where he was going to have an e-girl on his show, and he's like, "There's no way we would ever have." And I was like, "Okay, whatever, Anthony." But he like crashed out about it. It was quite funny. All right, so next question for you: why do you think Avoiding Babylon is as successful as it is?
Well, kind of what I said. Like, it's very like you kind of just like Anthony and Rob too, but like you have to like Unc. Like you like his personality. He's fun. But he also like wants to be friends with people who watch his show. Like he's cool. I've met him in real life. I'm going on his pilgrimage. Like he'll be friends. He'll follow people back on Twitter. Like if you literally say like I don't know if you have to say I watch this show, but if you'll like make a reference like that you would only know from watching the show, like he'll literally follow you and then let you know he's following you because of that. So he just has this huge like community, people who like him. Like he's just kind of a star in this space. Like I don't want to glaze him too hard. And like Rob's great too. I'll have to glaze Rob a little because I'm going too much on the Italian. But like Rob is the rock of the show. Like all the tech issues, Rob solves. Like Rob's there, he's doing it. Like if they're interviewing someone, Rob will just shut up for an hour and like let Anthony just do whatever. And like Rob is fine with it. Rob will be in chat or he'll be tweeting about stuff if he's bored. Like Rob's the rock of the show.
And for the record, if you really haven't heard of Avoiding Babylon and you know Matt Fradd and Trent Horn, those guys have both been on Avoiding Babylon.
Yeah.
Trent Horn was on twice, I think. He did one with Josh Charles, and I think he did one before that without Josh Charles.
I think I saw the one with Josh.
Well, he actually... I think on the local side, he made a joke about a certain event that occurred during World War II that you wouldn't expect Trent Horn to make.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Figure that one out.
Yeah.
But Trent he's got some dark humor. I mean, he's a funny dude. But he's got his own, everybody's got their own faults. Everybody in Catholic, I think people forget this. Unless somebody was Jesus Christ with a podcast, they're going to have a fault. We're going to focus on something stupid that we shouldn't. We're going to get too deep into something we don't need to. Or we're going to spend too much time pandering to a specific crowd that watches our channel. And if you don't do one of those things now, eventually you will. And it's going to take a while for you to figure it out and break out. But the way you can tell when you've done something too hard for too long is your audience starts to fall off.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's see. Is Avoiding Babylon for the youth? Well, Anthony is older than you are. So I don't know if it's specifically for the youth, but... Oh, man.
If you're a bro, Anthony's a bro, Rob's a bro. If you're a bro, you'll like AB.
They're huge on co-sleeping. That's their favorite. That's their favorite thing to promote. AB's biggest donors are old women.
It is hysterical. There's like 4 or 5 old ladies that just love Anthony.
Well, he would appeal. Like, it's funny because I feel that was the crowd that talked the way Anthony does. So of course it appeals to the women who are missing the crowds that used to speak that way. But Gen Z is eating it up. They love it. That's what they want.
people yearn for authenticity and like masculinity and stuff.
I've told every priest at the local parishes, I said, the way to get your church to build is to attract the men to it, the young men.
Yeah.
Because the quickest fall off in demographics is young men between the ages of 14 and 18. If they hear a feminized message every week at church, they're going to leave the church.
It's a man's world. So we need to get back to that. Like seriously. Like
But if a man hardcore loves the faith and they get married,
Yeah.
where are they going to take their kids? Where are they going to take their wife?
yeah.
To church. And a woman is more likely to follow a man to church than a man is to follow a woman to church.
Yeah, I mean look at the statistics, like if just the mother goes, like 50% of the kids keep the faith.
Oh, it's less than that. It's like 30%.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, and if it's like the father, it's like 90 something, I think.
Actually, the percentage it is just the father is like a percentage or two, within the error, higher than if it's the man and the woman.
Wow.
Actually, that makes sense because it's not taking into account whether the father has faith and whether he's just attending, right? So it would make sense there would be a slight drop off if the man attends with his wife because maybe the wife is dragging him to church.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then yeah, that father would not be a good promoter of faith to his children.
There's
But if
also
the man
like,
is going, yeah, go ahead.
there's probably not a lot of marriages where the man's going and the woman's not.
That's true too. That's
Very
true.
small. But I bet the man in that marriage is like super into his faith. Because he's probably
Generally
going
speaking, yeah.
he's probably going through an insane marriage if the wife's not even going to church with him.
I mean, we
So-
know a few people. I think isn't it a publicly known that Ryan's wife isn't Catholic yet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. But she's getting there. She's getting there.
Yeah, the way he posts, it sounds like she's
Yeah.
not too far off.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. He's been on Crash Canon. I think the episode is titled "Is the Church Dying?" and he's on the thumbnail. You'll be able to find it.
Okay. I think Ryan's my favorite Catholic lawyer. I just want to put that on the record officially.
Isn't Tim Gordon a lawyer?
I think technically. I don't know if
I think he's,
I don't know if he ever practiced law at all.
but he is technically a lawyer, I believe.
I guess. I don't know what the
I think
rule of
Coffin's a
technical-
lawyer too.
Is he?
I think so. Actually, funny story. I just watched a documentary from my 2016 time frame. It was called like Unprotected. It was on Formed, the Formed app. So Formed is like a Catholic subscription service with like movies and stuff for kids and whatnot. But Unprotected was like a film. It was like before even Tim's patriarchy swings, about how bad feminism was for Catholicism. And do you know who was on that program?
Coffin?
Coffin. He was on that program. Oh my goodness, it was so wild. I was like, whoa, there's Patrick Coffin.
Coffin like 10 years ago is like a different person than Coffin is now. I don't even know what he's up to. I don't really care, but like it just like he used to be on Catholic Answers, and I mean that makes sense cuz he was like he had a lot of early content with Tim. So
Yeah.
I think
But you know
a
who
lot
else was on the program?
Who
Dr.
else?
Carrie Gress. She was very early on the anti-feminist movement. In fact, she had alienated quite a few people who liked her prior to that by going on that program. Dr. Carrie Gress was on there. Jen Fulwiler, but I don't really know if she's anti-feminist or not. I don't know enough about her. She was on there too. Jason Evert was on there. Chris West was on there. All the like big names that you see in Catholic media that were very big like a decade ago were all very anti-feminism. So it's like the anti-feminist movement has kind of been there even in the earlier Catholic media formations. So I think while Tim takes it a step further and really goes super anti-feminist,
Yeah.
that idea was already there. It was already part of it. And in one of the books Dr. Carrie Gress wrote, because I've read quite a bit of her stuff. My wife likes her stuff. She talks about how JP2 was super anti-feminist. And when you read through his stuff, like she's totally right. He was one of the first to recognize that we needed to be anti-feminism after Vatican II.
Yeah, I really got into that with Tim, Will Nolan, like just the Sea Mask Bros, Pantile. We talked about like I just ate that content up when they were doing that. That was like a fun period of Catholic YouTube for those who were there.
Your wife can read, not tread. But you know what? My wife doesn't have any social media, and she's never appeared on any of my podcasts. So, very trad. Anyway,
That is very trad, dude. Congrats.
she has no social media. She left social media, entire even private social media, basically back in early 2020s, and has never gone back.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's the way. Like maybe if your wife has like a small anonymous like Instagram or something, I don't know. Like you probably
no,
just
she
don't
doesn't
want
even
her
have
on.
that. She
No,
doesn't have
no.
that either.
I'm just saying in general. Like it's such a fine line. Like I just don't think like you got to get women off social media. It's just
All of her friendships
ironic.
are IRL. They're all real life friendships. They're all with other women.
Do people still do that? I thought that was what boomers do.
But have friendships in real life.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
we're
when
just
you leave
online
the
friends
internet,
now.
when you leave
Yeah.
the internet, you start making more friends. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. I know that's the big thing. A lot of guys like who consume all this content, like you do need to have a life as well. Like to go back to Glazed Anthony, like dude, he's like locked in on Twitter for 40 minutes and then he's out. And same with like the show. Like he was just on vacation with his wife for like a week. And like man, he unplugs. Like it's just you don't even hear from him for a week. And then he's back and then he's locked in. But he's like so you got to be very all or none with that. And Anne has done a very good job balancing family life, but also still being fun with the bros online. You know, like it is fun. Like, and you become good enough friends with people, you start meeting them in real life.
Yeah, I've there was a time in the last like 2 years. It was probably during the Pelican Plus briefings that I almost met up with Anthony and Rob, but they were just too busy with whatever was going on with all that. I was really
Yeah,
hoping I'd be able to meet up with them, but it didn't happen.
they just don't like you. So, oh, sorry, we gotta go. Gotta fly home. Sorry.
No, it was more like they
Yeah.
had the time that they had to be here was
Uh
like
huh.
12 hours, and then they were leaving. So it was like basically it was just the meeting and then go. That was essentially what it was. Anyways, whatever. We couldn't coordinate it, to say the least. And I was also working that day, so it would have had to be the evening by the time they were leaving. It was not going to work out. So, the Bree reply was so good. What Bree reply?
Which one? Mine?
No, he was on vacation and roasted Bree. What did he? What was
Oh
the?
yeah. Oh yeah.
What did he write?
He said that she said she commented to Taffy and she was like, I hope like they're paying you or whatever. And Taffy's like, don't worry about it.
Oh no, I remember this now.
Yeah, it was the other day. It was like a day ago or 2 days ago. Yeah,
I
and
forgot about that.
Ann told her like prostitutes think every what's a relationship is transactional. And yeah, I was dying.
I sent it in the group chat, Chris. Yeah, you're right. You did. Let me find it. I'll read it word for word since he's pointing out the fact that he did post it in the group chat.
Yeah, give him his
See.
due.
Where is it? That's not it. Oh gosh, coffin simping going on in the chat too. I forgot about that one. All right, here we
All
go.
right.
Bree asked Taffy or Chuchi or whatever his name is these days, "Do they even pay you? Why are you trying to delve into my finances? They should if they don't, or take your talents elsewhere." And Anthony wrote, "The prostitute sees every relationship as transactional." Also, post your black family. Oh my goodness.
I actually like Bree, but she kind of deserves to get piled on most of the time.
She she started out doing a good thing, I think, with her
Yeah.
account, but I think she swung so far in the negative, like she's dangerously close to spouting sedevacantist rhetoric.
I
That's
don't
the issue I have with her.
I don't see it enough. Just some of the like I don't really want to talk about the honey badger thing, but like just like we're
The
not gonna
prosciutto.
talk. we're not gonna talk about it, but like just her like the way she said, like I agreed with her, but the way she said it, it was just like you don't have to just sound like a bitch. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
And I get it. Like I get the whole thing, and like men are super weak, and like they are, and like that's why people think it's fine. And we said we weren't going to get into this, but we are. But yeah, just like be a little nicer, maybe. I know I sound like a woman, like oh I don't like his tone, but like I don't know. It just seemed
well,
kind of
to be
like
fair, the weak men of France led to God giving them Joan of Arc. So like
yeah
when there's weak men, you get strong women, like it or hate it. You're gonna end up with much more outspoken, I'll say, women when the men are weak.
yeah. That's a good way to
And
put
so
it.
what we need is strong men again. That's what we really need. No e-girls ever. Too late for
Yeah
this podcast. Just
yeah.
kidding. All right, Jim. I always give the option at the end. If there's any questions you have for me or any things you want to talk about, now is the time to bring them up.
Oh, I guess I don't listen enough to not know this. I would have definitely been more prepared. Hmm. What would you say is the most millennial thing about you?
The most millennial thing about me,
Yeah.
probably the fact that listening to Timcast led to my beanie. Years ago, when I did my video game and entertainment podcast, back when I was much closer friends with the Quartering than I am now, I started wearing a beanie because Tim said it disguises you in public, and it actually does. I've tested this theory out. When I went to the Catholic Creators Conference and I wasn't wearing my beanie, not a single person recognized me without me introducing myself as Chris from Crash Canon. Kyle didn't recognize me. Religious Hippie didn't recognize me. Drew, none of the guys recognized who I was.
Dude, that's your ego, dude. Like your whole, or not your ego, your
These are people that were on my podcast. Like I
sure
would assume
were.
they know what I look like, you know?
Yeah, but like
Oh,
you're the beanie guy. You're the Catholic beanie guy, dude. That's who you are.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, just to correct the record, no, we're not talking about whoever Aubrey Corrigan is. We are talking about Bree Solstad, formerly Mistress B, on I think OnlyFans or whatever. I don't know. It was a joke in Taffy's video he sent me. That's the only reason I know that she went by Mistress something. All right, just your niche, bro.
Well, I'll tell you mine.
None have watched. Bigger ego than Anthony? What? I do not have a bigger ego than Anthony. All right, I am a humble beanie guy on a podcast.
Funny. I'll just leave it off. My what is he talking about? My most millennial thing about me is that my favorite song is Mr. Brightside. So I couldn't think of anything more millennial than that.
Okay. I like Linkin Park, in spite
like
of its
Linkin
many
Park,
problems. That's a millennial thing too, I think.
Yeah, I have a Breaking Benjamin tattoo somewhere here.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's like my favorite band. I love Breaking Benjamin, dude. They're
You know what else? You know what else makes you a millennial? Liking the original Halo trilogy and hating everything that came after it.
Yeah, I mean, I was like we would play Halo at people's sleepovers. I never owned it. But like the first like shooter I had was Call of Duty. So it was always Galo, and we were into, COD, but yeah, the first 3 Halos are awesome, and then like yeah, the rest suck basically. I don't even think you could play the new game split screen. I saw someone said that on Twitter. Like Halo 5, I think.
Actually, you can on I don't remember if it was Halo 5 or Halo Infinite. They accidentally left a co-op mode in that you could glitch into. So like you had to do a certain series of steps and you could glitch into co-op split screen.
It's just crazy because like the difference of Halo and COD is just like Halo is so big split screen and COD was so big online. Like you never like I played COD split screen obviously, but like nobody thinks about that.
No,
like that.
No. The only time you would play COD split screen is if you're going online with your buddy at the same house.
Yeah.
And then you'd play, split screen in their house, which actually led to a lot of COD split screen was actually more strategic than COD solo, because you could look at your partner's screen and see what's going on their screen as you're looking at yours.
I know you needed the there's the old photos in college where they have like a guy's wearing like a hat with like a cardboard so you can't see his bottom screen or whatever. But yeah, no, we and Halo's so early though that split screen was a thing where like Call of Duty. Like I remember going to my cousin's place in high school and I stayed over. My parents were away and I just brought my PlayStation with me and he had an extra TV and we just played together.
Nice.
But like, you know, back in like 2005, you would just play split screen like Halo. But for COD, it was like TVs are so cheap now. Everyone has extra TVs.
Hey, drop your Substack in the chat so I can post it on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Is screen picking a mortal sin? I bet some of the chats in Call of Duty led to some seriously interesting confessions with priests back in the day. You said what in a Call of Duty chat?
Dude, I don't
You
think
said that about someone's mom?
Dude, I don't
What?
think nobody playing Call of Duty was even going to confession, dude.
Probably not. I mean, the amount of horrible things people said to each other in a Call of Duty chat was insane.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm boomering right now trying to find the link.
Men don't listen to women telling them crap. That's pretty accurate. I tolerate her, but sometimes it's like,
Will this work? Oh, it's not gonna work on I can use the private chat, right?
Yeah, use the private chat. I'll post it.
Alright, cool.
All right, we'll drop it in there. Copy. If I were to give you permission to post it, then you'd be able to. All right.
Yeah.
I'm putting. It'll let me post it.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Okay, substack.com/@cloth&culture. That'll get you to Jim Pine's Substack.
It's free sub. I don't charge. I got to figure out eventually how to monetize, but for now, it's free. So you might
And
as
just
well.
for fun, I'm gonna make a new QR code for you all, so I can put it up on screen anytime I feel the need to post it for Jim, so that we can promote his Substack. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this though. There we go. That's what I want. Create and oh, dang it! I did the wrong thing. One little edit and then we'll put it up. Show the name. There you go. Save. All right. There we go. We have yet another cool QR code. If you go to that QR code in the corner of my screen, it will take you straight to Jim's Substack. Substack. And you'll feel like it's not a millennial. It's a Gen Z guy telling you about fashion. Quick question: is Jim Asian?
Hurrah. No, I'm not. I'm not Asian. No. Some guy on Twitter asked me if I was Polish the other day. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, man, I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, credit to you. So, yeah.
War on Beauty charges 2 times as much for a Substack, and Taffy happily pays for it.
Yeah.
We got use the wretched saints excuse. Say you weren't baptized when you made those remarks. Oh, boy. I forgot about that. Imagine getting so bullied you chose not to follow the true faith and became a Coptic Orthodox instead. Like, first off, that's a lame excuse. Second off, that is beta behavior is what that is. Anyway, Call of Duty chats are not valid matter for confession. If God reads my league chat logs, I'm going to the 9th circle of hell.
There's that meme of, I don't know if you know who EDP445 is. It's like the big fat black Eagles fan. And he's like holding a piece of paper, and it's like in front of heaven, and it's literally like God reading my Call of Duty chats, and he's like, "Huh? What's this? What's this?" It's hysterical.
you just said the big fat black guy. It made me think of EDP445 and all the crap that's come out about him. That is who you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Did you see some of these videos?
They're hard to watch. Yeah, I like stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's because like I'm a big Eagles fan. I'm from Philly, so like I would see his stuff when I was younger because like it was like funny, and then I mean some of his content is like the most weird stuff ever, and it makes a lot of sense now because was he sitting down with Chris Hansen?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
sat down.
man.
Like what? Like imagine you did like the most heinous thing ever, and you're sitting
Yeah.
down with the guy that would arrest you for it, and
Yeah, it's
telling him, "Yep, I did that."
crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I quote tweeted what he said earlier today to Chris Hansen, and I wrote lowest point in Philadelphia Eagles history.
Yeah, brutal, dude. Brutal.
All right, and we've got Taffy sending me videos of Josh Charles benching huge barbells while popping, looks like maybe Xannies or something. I don't know, or no, peptides. Thanks for that image. I really needed to see that during this podcast. All right. Okay, Jim. Anything else? Anything else?
That's it,
You want to
man.
tell people to dress better?
Yeah, get dripped out. Stop wearing slim fit anything. Get relaxed fit, chinos, or if you like jeans. Just follow my Substack, and I'll hook you up. Okay. Follow
And
me
look
on
forward to
Twitter.
the
Follow
future
me on
podcast
Twitter.
between Jim and Caleb.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter too, and you'll dress better. It's that simple.
He's telling me that's my intro for tomorrow. Whoops. Y'all didn't hear that. Got Josh Charles coming on tomorrow, and Taffy did not create me an intro, but look forward to that. All right. On that note, guys, this has been the Jim Pine, best fashionista of the 21st century. Also a millennial like myself, but identifying as Gen Z Zoomer. I will see you guys on the next podcast, which is actually tomorrow with Joshua Charles. So look forward to that. And Jim will come back eventually. Almost all of my guests eventually come back, except Anthony, who canceled on me. But that's a different conversation to be had. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.